sweet potato, the possum, the mushrooms. Pretty full off the bone. Yeah, very tender. What's up guys? Mark here. Today it's August 16th. It's the middle of August. Pretty soon it'll be September and it's still really hot here in Georgia. But yeah, a couple months ago I was driving and I had seen something in the road and I went to check it out. So yeah, it was a possum. It unfortunately got hit by a car, which is a pretty common scene. I bet many of you have probably seen a dead possum in the road before. But yeah, it was fresh. It had just died a little bit before that. And I thought it would be a good opportunity to clear up some misconceptions about the opossum. And I've also wanted to try it for a while now. So today we're gonna chef it up. All right, today this is what we're cooking. Opossum. Today we're chefing up a possum. Now possums get a pretty bad rep for a couple of reasons. Obviously number one is their look. They look like giant rats with even scarier teeth. Like they got some pretty, look at those. They got some pretty sharp teeth. But they're not actually related to rats, they're marsupials. So other marsupials are kangaroos or koalas. Basically marsupials are animals in which the females carry their young in a pouch. So yeah, they're not related to rats. Now, Australia has many types of marsupials, but the possum is the only marsupial in America. And the official name of this species of possum is called the Virginia opossum. Yep, opossum is the correct pronunciation, but I feel like most people just refer to them as possums here in America. Now, they are native to America and Central America. They've been here for millions of years. You see them in Mayan folklore and Native American folklore. The opossum name comes from the Native American name opossum, meaning white face. Now, another reason people don't like them is because they think they carry rabies. Now, opossums have a really low body temperature compared to other mammals, so they are not effective hosts for the virus. So they do rarely get rabies, and even if they do, they're able to fight it off. Now, the next reason is people think they're aggressive. Now, when opposed with a potential threat, they'll growl and they'll hiss. And I think they even pass out. Like when they get really scared, they'll pass out, literally. But yeah, possums aren't really that aggressive. Most of the times they just play dead. There's even a saying called playing possum, which is like playing dead. Now, opossums are really beneficial for the environment. They're opportunistic omnivores, so they eat plants, fruits, nuts, bugs, birds, and mice. All this stuff. They clean up all that. They eat a whole bunch of stuff. And in the wild, possums live to be about 2 years old if they don't get hit by a car. In the southern United States, like Georgia, Alabama, possums are eaten. Like, as long with like raccoons and squirrels, possums are on that list of things that people eat. It's also really popular in Trinidad. It's called manikou there. Now, like I probably have cousins that have eaten possum, but I've never eaten it before. So as far as legalities go, in most states you need a hunter's license to shoot and kill or like capture an opossum. Now what I did is a little bit different. What I did is I harvested roadkill. Now, as far as legalities go for that, depending on state to state, sometimes you do need a hunting license or a permit to take roadkill. Now, I live in Georgia, and in Georgia, you don't need a license, like a hunting license or a permit to take roadkill. You could just take roadkill. So the only thing with taking roadkill is you have to be very, very careful that it was freshly, hit by a car or whatever, that it was freshly killed and it hasn't been there for too long. So I don't recommend picking up possums on the side of the road. A lot, they could have been there for a while, unless you really know that they haven't been there for that long. I could tell this possum had been killed that night and not too much time has passed, so we are gonna eat them. So the best way to cook it, from what I've seen, a lot of times the meat is really chewy. So what I've seen is the best way to cook it is a soup. So today we're gonna make some opossum soup. It might be kind of like a stew. It might be kind of thick. We'll see how it turns out. But yeah, we're gonna make a soup with this opossum. But first, we're gonna skin it and gut it, and I'm gonna do that outside. All right, we're outside. All right, first, we're gonna skin it. I think I'm gonna speed it up. I don't think I'll be able to put ads on this video if I go into detail of me skinning it and gutting it, so I'm gonna speed it up. I'll have the slow version though. I'm gonna re-upload the slow version if y'all are interested in seeing that. I've never done this before, so I'm a beginner, but we're just gonna go straight for it. I've watched a couple videos on it. We're gonna see how I do. All right, we got the legs of this possum. This is what we're gonna end up keeping off that one. The rest I'm gonna throw away or use as bait or something for fishing. I don't know yet. But yeah, so we got the front legs and the hind legs. Yeah, it looks really a lot like lamb, I think, like lamb meat. Oh! All right, so we got the meat ready. Next, we're gonna cut the vegetables. So we got zucchini, green onion, regular onion, enoki mushrooms, shimeji mushrooms, garlic, and then Japanese sweet potato. So yeah, we're gonna cut all this up and cook it in this possum soup. All right, today we're gonna be using Instant Pot. My sister got me this Instant Pot 2 Christmases ago, and it's perfect slow cooker as well. So today that's what we're gonna use. All right, we're gonna set it to saute, and we're gonna brown the meat first. All right, we're gonna season. First, we're gonna use some salt. Next, some garlic powder. Some onion powder. And some dash. Then we're gonna do the same on the other side. We're gonna put some sunflower oil in the Instant Pot. All right, I wasn't filming, but we just threw the meat in and we're gonna brown it, let it chill for a bit. This green onion. All right, we're gonna flip. And next, we're gonna cut up some garlic. All right, we're gonna take these out. Put this last piece in. And when you don't want the seasoning to burn. Mine's burned. So if it starts to burn, scrape it up. All right, that should be good. All right, next we're gonna put some sake in. You want to get all that up because it'll burn when it's slow cooking. All right, next we're gonna put water. Got the Greek chub cup. All right, we're gonna put that inside. And next we're gonna cut the zucchini. Wow! And next the mushrooms. Cut off the bottom. And wash them. And cut these in half. And next, the enoki mushrooms. You can cut the bottom off. And we're gonna wash these. Alright, Japanese sweet potato. We're gonna put a little bit more water. Alright, onion. Alright, now we're gonna throw in all the ingredients: the green onion, the garlic, the white onion, sweet potato, the possum, the mushrooms, and the zucchini. And now we're gonna mix it. Alright, once you get everything nice and mixed, we're gonna put a little bit more salt. A lot of times with soups, you gotta put a lot of salt in order to taste it. Some dash. A little bit garlic powder. Just mix that up. That's it. And by slow cooking it, a lot of soup is gonna come out. There's a lot of water in the potato and the squash and all that, so it's gonna get even more soupy. All right, that should be good. We're gonna turn the saute off and put on pressure cook on low. I got it set to low. You could change it if you hit this one. You could put your own settings, but we're gonna slow cook it for 4 hours. So you wait for it to beep. We're gonna put the lid on. It's gonna go on. And then it's gonna build up pressure. And once the pressure builds up, this thing on the top is gonna pull up, gonna go up, and the timer will start. I changed my mind. We're gonna slow cook it for 3 hours. I think that should be enough. We're gonna cancel, pressure cook. Okay, and let's wait for it. There we go. There goes. All right, now we're gonna let that chill. Yahoo. どこに行くの？いやー暑いね。暑いね今日は。毎日暑いけど。お腹空いた？お腹空いた？はい。今日はwhite fish and sardines. よいしょ。めっちゃ食べるじゃん。Alright, so the 3 hours passed and then I let it chill for another hour and 20 minutes. So let's pop the top and see what we got.
Let's pop the top and see what we got.
Looks pretty good. Definitely smells like stew. So it's pretty full off the bone. As you can see, there's a piece of the leg right here. Yeah, very tender. Okay. All right, let's eat possum soup. Oh! Smells like stew. Yeah, smells like stew. Looks good too. The meat is really tender, like fall off the bone. Wow. So yeah, you can just take the bones out. I'm actually get a separate bowl to put the bones in. Got a bowl for the bone. Take this one. All right, let's try this possum meat. Looks like beef. Like if you were to slow cook beef, is what it reminds me of. All right, here we go. Wow. Yeah, that reminds me of beef. You like a beef flavor? It's definitely good. Like, if you didn't tell someone this was possum, they wouldn't think it was. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that is perfect meat for a stew. Like literally, like super tender, matches perfect. Like I have no complaints. It definitely has a more of like a pork beef flavor, like than a chicken flavor for sure. It doesn't taste like chicken at all. Reminds me of beef / pork. All right, some of these mushrooms, enoki mushrooms. Chewy. Squash. Well, super tender, fall apart. Let's get some of the soup. This would go perfect in the winter time. Perfect. I mean, it goes good in the summer too, but in the winter when it's cold out, coming home to a nice hot pot of a stew like this would make me really happy. This past winter, I made a bunch of stews with a lot of beef stew, and yeah, this doesn't taste that different. Sweet potato. And slow cooking is definitely the way to go. It makes everything super tender. A very hearty stew. Maybe next time I'll make this and not tell someone what it is and see what they say it is. I guarantee they'll say like beef. It's not a strong beef flavor, so it's not like a super strong beef flavor, but it's a meaty flavor. It's like kind of mild. Mild enough where you could think it's beef. It's making me hot eating this. Whew, you're gonna get hot eating this for sure. Let's get some cucumbers, pickles, half sour pickles. Good, nice side. Got these nice and cool, so it's a nice change of pace from the hot soup. All right, now that I've tried everything, I'd like to present my drink. Dan, Kristarinats. And we got the Creek Chub cup. Link in the description. Woo! That was good. This is my first time eating possum, and it was good. It was delicious. The meat was so tender, like fall off the bone tender. And the vegetables, all the vegetables went really good with it too. I'll definitely be making it again this upcoming winter. Gonna chef up some possum soup, because it would be perfect for the winter. Here in Georgia, it does get cold. It doesn't snow, but it does get cold. Maybe next time I'll make possum soup, and then I'll also make another dish with less seasoning so we can get the original flavor of the possum. But yeah, that was fun. I finally got to eat possum. I hope y'all learned something about possums. I sure did. Thanks for watching. Check out my Patreon. Check out the Creek Chub Cup. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!